All right, we're out here with my man right here. Go check him out. You know where to find him. I talk about him all the time. And here before long, he's going to have a lot of great surprises. But he's going to show us what's up with these plums and how we ought to go about it when we're trying to harvest them. So how do we do this?
So this is a Mount Royal plum on its own root, which is the big virtue, because these they're non-grafted. That means you don't have to do all the grafting, and they don't sucker a lot. So what we do to dig these out, you find where the mother plant is. It's there. That's the oldest one. And highly likely there is one big branch running from the tree to here and probably going further. So that's the way they grow. They radiate out from the mother tree. So what we do to dig them out is about a foot away on this side. We'll dig, we'll cut through. Go ahead, Billy, you can. And you have to go in, and then you'll probably feel a pop. There, you felt that little sound?
I got something.
Yeah.
There we go. Got it. Wow.
And so now you want to get this side, and you may be able to just dig it up with just that. There. See, the whole tree is coming up.
Yep.
So now we know there's still some root somewhere, but we're going to get to the root of the issue. They give this tree a root awakening. You can see here the root on that side, and there should be a root coming from the main tree. We got another one here. See, that was the start of another one. So here,
oh my goodness,
here is your tree. So you can see the habit. This one was going. Probably what happened is we may have harvested one there last year, so we cut that main one, but what was left going this way shot up another one, and it just travels along, but it doesn't sucker that much, which is a big virtue for a plum, because they can sucker a lot and be a pain, but because it doesn't sucker a lot, and without being grafted, you've got a new Mount Royal plum. And these are candy. I've tried it with kids. Put a bowl of plums and put a bowl of candy, and if they've tried the plums, forget candy. I mean, this is incredible. When it's ripe, it's absolutely amazing.
What I find most amazing is the method you have of pulling it out this end. I was like, okay, how's he gonna do this?
Yeah, well, it's not branched, so it's easy.
That was an absolute genius. And look at this. Oh my.
Well, actually, it's moist because we've had some, and we have heavy dews. But this is not as bad as some areas.
Well, you've taken basically soil that a lot of people would say, I don't want to mess with this.
This is a beach.
And you've done some pretty incredible stuff with it.
Yeah.
You know, anybody that says you can't build structure in sand, well, I'm looking at it.
Yeah. When it's moist, it looks better than what it is when it's dry. But that's a good root on a nice plant. That even though it doesn't look like much, when people buy plants, always remember, this doesn't matter. What's up here doesn't matter. What matters is how much root you have. Because you could come in and cut this whole big one off, just leave this little one, and you've got a great plant, because it's not enough for all the roots that's there. The worst thing is to have a tiny root and a big shoot. Because your shoot will be pulling more than your root can give. It's always kind of that balance. You always want more root than shoot. If you have more shoot than root, you got a problem. You're going to have a tree that languishes.
So in this case right here, so you would go ahead and get rid of this part here?
No, I'd plant it all.
Plant the whole thing?
If it dies back, which probably won't, but this one's, the mowers come by it, so it's scratched up. But you can choose. But the whole point is, this is what's important, how much root you have. Don't be fooled by, it's a big plant. It's a big plant, but there's no root on it. And I've seen, because I've gone to lots of nurseries, and what they'll do is they'll field dig a tree, and then they'll prune it massively so it can fit in a pot.
Yep.
And you got this big top and a tiny root. So always preserve as much root as you can. Otherwise, when you plant it, you'll have a root awakening.
Now, as far as what I really love about your method here, it just seems to me that we could just flop this whole thing right back over.
Absolutely.
Here, let me do that. Oh my goodness.
And I have a U-pick nursery.
Apparently, you dig and you pick nursery.
So I do U-pick, you dig. So I can dig for them, or they can dig it themselves. I much prefer selling it U-pick. So I just show people where you can dig them, show what the tree's like, and go for it. And it's like, you save money and I save time. I was like that.
That other.
See, now you just pop. When the tree moves, you're hitting the roots. So
Get through it.
Yeah, cut through it, and now you could lift it up already. See?
Wow, wow, wow. Look at what I'm learning here, y'all. From the master himself. So we just fold this up, get a hold of the roots from the bottom. If I can get my hand, oh, I see exactly where you're talking about. So that's where I severed
where
it.
You just cut it. So grab that part. You want the big part of the root and pull it.
And then we just yank it right on through.
And you de-leaf it a little bit.
Wow,
So
look at that. Yeah, learn that from the master himself. Here we go. So we got a new plum we can take home. Well, you know, so I can probably take this with me.
Absolutely.
So I'll be a complete outlaw crossing this border.
Yeah, hopefully that video will come out after you cross.
This is going to be in the ground before anybody knows what time it is.
Yeah.
So, wow, I can get a few more of these.
Oh, yeah.
Take them to the house.
Yep.
That's what I'm talking about, folks. This is why you hear me talk about this man so much, and I'm so pleased to be able to have an audience with him and to be able to learn so much here. We stayed the night over here, woke up, and I mean, in nothing short of paradise. I mean, good night. Look at all the wonderful things we have around us. You want to check out his work. He's going to have a lot more in the future. Not only am I going to be taking his courses, I'm going to encourage everybody else out there to do the very same thing, because his information is second to none. You'll be so glad you checked it out. Till next time, this is Billy. Not at Perma Pastures Farm. We're at how do you say that in French?
Les fermes miracles.
Doesn't that sound awesome? Doesn't that sound just awesome? So you want to come here, everything, all the signs, everything's in French, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful, wonderful place. Till next time, this is Billy, along with my man Stefan from, well,
Miracle Farm.
Okay, we'll say it in English, yeah, Miracle Farms. We'll see you next time.